You've seen poverty. You see it on TV. You can see it in magazines and documentaries. But to see it firsthand and to meet the people and to hear their stories, as I looked into the eyes of those mamas and the children and thought, there is no hope if someone doesn't come and help. And so we did. My name is Karen Hurd. I am the CEO and founder of The One Collective. And 7 years ago, I went on my first trip to Cambodia with a friend, wanting to see what it was like to witness human trafficking and see the effects of that. What I found was so much deeper. What I saw was so much more disturbing. But I fell in love with the people, and I fell in love with the children. And as I started to get to know them in that week and look at their faces, I started to wonder which of these children would not be here if I came back, because they'd been trafficked. So the last day that we were there, I knew I would come back, and I knew that we had to do something. I knew I needed to gather the people back home, people who were also interested in human trafficking. We had to come together to do something. And so we did. I came home. We sponsored 5 children to go to private school. And the reason we did that was to keep them safe, to keep them out of the villages where they were at risk for traffickers. We put them there to give them an education, to feed them while they were at school, and to give them something that they didn't have before, which was a hope for a future, for something better than what they had or what they could even dream of.
My name is Anna Hurd. I'm the executive director at The One Collective. The One Collective was expanding. We had multiple projects starting up. And so they needed help, and this was my opportunity to be able to help kids around the world with a huge need. So I came on to help battle that human trafficking, to get to work with kids and to get to travel to do so. I went on my first trip to Cambodia, I think it was 5 years ago now, and it was my first experience where I was exposed to poverty, to a developing world, to human trafficking, and really just opened my eyes to a lot of what this world experiences outside of the United States. And it changed my life.
There is no career path. There is no option that would lead them to be something better than the generation before them. And so what you see with these young girls specifically is when they have no option for education, they either get married very young or they work the streets. In developing countries with tourism, it's a great place to sell things on the streets. And so a lot of the children that we have met, that's their option. They're not going to go to school. Most of them drop out if they ever have started at all. But for some of these girls, they are presented with the option to either sell themselves or to, on their own volition, go into prostitution because it's an income and because that income may be the only thing that their family sees. And so as a young child, if you're sitting there watching your family starve, your brothers and sisters, your mother, and you have an option to earn money and you have no value, what does it mean to sell yourself? And so to teach these young girls, and now the young boys, you have value. Respect yourself. Don't let someone tell you that you have no worth, because you do. You have great worth. So we started off in Cambodia. We're now also in North Africa. We have incredible nationals on the ground, boots on the ground, doing the hard work. They know the culture, they know the people trust them. We share the same vision and passions for how to help the people in the best way.
In North Africa, we have a second transition home that is opening in March. It's going to be a home for unwed, pregnant young women. The goal for that home through our model is that eventually it would be self-sustainable.
And in Cambodia, I love this. We started with 60 children who would come to Sony, our in-country director's house, every morning to learn English and just be safe and just to be loved. And now we have 400 children who come to his house every morning at 6 o'clock, banging on the door, wanting to come in and be loved. And it's his house with his wife and his 2 kids. And we asked him the other day, where do you put 400 children? And he said, everywhere. We put them everywhere and anywhere. I remember the second and third and fourth time, and we were seeing the same people every time we'd go. And the women would cry and hold our hands, and all they would say is, you came back. Why did you come back? You came back. They were so shocked. Now they know we come back. Now they say, when are you coming back? And to see the children in the very beginning, when we would ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's the typical, American question that we ask little kids. And they would look at us with this blank stare. What do you mean, what do I want to be? I just am. There is no, there's no hope to be something different or better. And so now when we go, they can't wait to tell you what they want to be. They want to be doctors and lawyers and firefighters and policemen and teachers. They have a passion for doing something that will change the world. And a lot of them want to come back and change and work in their villages. It's astounding.
We have really tried to bring those 2 people together, the go-getters and the people who want to do something, they just don't know how, and provide them a platform, a collective, where they get to make an impact.
I tell people, jump in with us, go with us, get involved, and let's be disruptors in the world of human trafficking. Let's do it together.